This is Ryan Watches a Movie, the show where we force our friend to watch a secret movie and tell us what he thought. This is your first time tuning in. Ryan has a degenerative neuromuscular disorder known as Friedreich's ataxia. Please consider visiting curefa.org to learn more and discover ways to help. My name's Adam Patterson. I'm joined today by Kevin Rakestraw. How are you, Kevin?
Doing all right.
We're also joined by Ryan Holes. How are you?
Oh, yeah.
All right. What movie do we have you watch this week?
Men at Work.
Men at Work. It's from 1990. Picked this in honor of Global Garbage Man Day coming out June 17th. This is written and directed by Emilio Estevez, and it stars Charlie Sheen and Emilio Estevez. Little brother action there. I have a synopsis here. Two garbage men uncover a conspiracy involving illegal toxic waste dumping and decide to bring the whole operation down. Man, the 90s loved their toxic waste, didn't they?
Yeah, it was toxic waste, cults, Satanism.
Yeah, I'm discovering that vampires were also a big thing in the 90s. I'm doing some research on
I want to know
project.
if there's a movie that brings all three of those together.
I will find out. I will
Satanism, vampires, and toxic waste.
I will definitely be finding that out.
Please
Ryan,
do.
Ryan, tell us a little bit about Men at Work.
The first thing I noticed before I even start on the Wikipedia, the first line is, "This movie is a black comedy, but neither star is black." I mean, one of the I guess you call co-star.
All right.
Is black.
Real quick, should we or shouldn't we?
All right. Yes.
I don't know. Like, is it the kind of laughs it's gonna get, or like,
No.
what does black comedy mean?
No, they mean like dark comedy. Like it's a comedy that has dark themes.
Yeah,
not like black people.
Yeah, no, you're like laughing at bad things.
They should definitely change that wording.
I like how black comedies they've been established for quite some time, and now Ryan in 2018 is like.
Well, when I think of black comedy, I think of like stupid, like Medea
Okay.
or Bad Boys.
Bad Boys.
It's something of African American.
I think you're the first person to ever refer to Bad Boys as a black comedy. All right.
It's not what it's widely called.
I don't
Is
think
it
so.
widely called black comedy?
I don't
think so.
No, I'm pretty sure not. I mean, if you would have went to like Big Mama's house, that type of thing, I would have been with you. But that was kind of jarring to go Medea to Bad Boys.
Yeah.
I was also thinking of Big Mama's house.
Yeah, I mean, those are definitely black comedies, as in they're starring a black person and they are comedies.
Yes.
But
Yes.
this is
That's what I think of when I think of black comedy.
So were you just like extremely confused the entire time?
The wording throws me off.
surely you've heard of the term before. I mean, like,
yeah, I have. But I
you always associated it with African American stars. Interesting. Okay. All right.
That is really interesting because I wonder how many like black comedies he's hated because like right off the bat he's like, well, these people aren't black. This is ridiculous.
I thought that would be called a dark comedy.
It's kind of the
that makes more sense.
I think that
okay.
I feel like dark comedy is more used these days than black comedy.
See,
I feel like I
I
hear dark comedy more.
Yeah,
And I
I would agree with that.
I myself don't call it a black comedy. I usually call it a dark comedy.
They're trying to get rid of that confusion. They know what they created. Now they're trying to get rid of it.
Okay, so black comedy aside, tell me a little bit more about Men at Work.
Alright, so they're garbage men, and they're really obnoxious garbage men. In fact, there's a scene towards the beginning of the movie where they're slamming around trash cans and dumping garbage into the truck and trying to make as much noise as possible. If they were my real life garbage man, I would probably punch them in the face. Anyway, one night they're in their apartment, and across the way, they see a girl who's being mistreated by her boyfriend, or what I assume boyfriend, I guess it would be. And Charlie Sheen gets out a pellet gun and shoots the guy in the ass, and then they both duck behind the windowsill so they can't be seen. And apparently, eventually, guys will wake up. Don't know where that came from, but it happened, and I'm past it. Then two guys break into this warren, and end up the girl's gone, and the two guys break in, and they end up killing this guy. On the next day, there's a garbage truck full of containing small drums, and one of them contains the dead body of this guy. And when you happen to know, they had a bump, and that a good container rolls off the truck and pretty much stops at their feet. And they're open and find this dead guy, and they're freaking out. So their plan is to make a story up and get to talk to this girl and figure out what's going on. And when they go to talk to him, or go to talk to her, the people that originally killed the guy find out that they found them. So now those two guys are trying to kill the girl and Charlie Sheen. And they eventually end up in I can't think, gorge.
It's like a toxic waste.
Landfill.
Yeah.
And when they're in this landfill, somehow they end up killing the two guys, killing them, injuring the two guys that are trying to kill them, and injuring the main bad guy. And then the police come, and they take the bad guys away, and Charlie Sheen immediately has saying that,
And Charlie Sheen gets the girl.
yes, but they didn't show much of that, right?
Well, the thing that I thought was funny is that he meets this girl and they end up making out on the beach 20 minutes after they meet which makes no sense. But then again, not a lot in this movie.
It's the 90s, dude.
Not a lot.
It's the 90s.
Yeah, not a lot in this movie makes any sense at all. So what did you think of it?
I'm sorry. I saw it before I was younger.
I actually rewatched this for this episode as well, and I saw it when I was younger too. For some reason, when I was young, I really liked Charlie Sheen a lot, and I think I probably liked Emilio Estevez. I was a big fan of the Mighty Ducks movies when I was younger.
Major League and Mighty Ducks.
Yeah, no, well,
Now, were you guys both fans of this one back in 1990? Whatever you saw.
So this was rated R, so I was never able to see it until it ended up on TV. And this was one that like showed up on Fox or one of those. And yeah, I liked it when I was younger. But going back to revisit it now, oh boy. I still think the beginning of the movie is pretty decent. Like everything up until they find the body is fine. Like I like how they have this feud going with the other garbage truck drivers when they put the airbags filled with shit in their lockers. It's like, what a dick. I mean, that's like beyond a prank. That's like evil. It just sort of falls apart after that. You didn't mention, all this talk of the black comedy thing. You didn't mention the only black person in this whole movie, Keith David.
The Vietnam vet.
Yeah, so Keith David plays the son of their boss, who is accompanying them because of all the shenanigans that they get into. They get put on probation, and Keith David is assigned to follow them around on their route and report back on their performance. And
then he ends up instigating it.
Yeah, which again, that's when this falls apart because it makes his actions make no sense. They find a dead body. What do? Oh, we got to pull the body out of the barrel, make it look like it's alive, Weekend at Bernie's style, and then find a way to dispose of the body. Like, why wouldn't you just open the barrel and be like, oh, it's a dead body, and then call the cops?
Yeah.
Like, you're not culpable for anything.
Or at the very least, just leave it in the barrel and just be like, okay, we didn't see that.
Yeah, at the very least. But Keith David has this thing against cops. Like, he hates cops. And so he's like, we got to get rid of this body. And then you didn't mention, Ron, they end up kidnapping a pizza delivery guy for some reason.
No, yeah. Yep.
And then after they kidnap him, he ends up being on their team, basically.
Yeah.
Like, he does what they want after they kidnap him.
Yeah.
He's like cool with everything.
Yeah, it's a bit of a mess, this movie.
It sounds like I should revisit because I used to love this movie. I absolutely love Men at Work.
You don't want to revisit.
It's still fun, but again, like for some reason, I just really only enjoyed up until they found the body. After that, I'm just like, all right, this is just it was bad. It's just so stupid. I mean, everything, all the choices they make are just the worst. Like they make the dumbest choices. I guess there's still some fun to be had with it, but
it's terrible.
James and Carl.
It's all about circumstance.
I do love that his name is James St. James.
Yep. All right. So I don't know. This, I think I would call this a 90s classic.
Oh yeah, I think so.
So let's look at, so we all know Emilio Estevez is an actor, but he has directed a number of things, including a movie called Rated X, which he also did with Charlie Sheen, his brother. He directed a movie called The War at Home in 1996. He directed that with his dad, Martin Sheen. He did most recently, let me see. He did a movie called The Public, which I'm not even sure what that is. An unusually bitter Arctic blast blast has made its way to downtown Cincinnati and the front doors of a public library where the action film takes place. Anyway, he did a movie called The Way, which came out in 2010. That was also with his dad.
Yeah.
It seems like he's wanting to be more of a director than an actor these days, but I don't know. Maybe there just hasn't been a role that he's been interested in, because I feel like we haven't really seen him too much.
No, and I remember when The Way came out, that got a lot of good buzz.
Yeah, I think so. I heard good things about it. I didn't see it, but I heard good things.
I remember they kind of dominated there for the kind of the news about it.
Yeah,
him being like a serious director.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I don't know. Maybe we'll see more. Maybe this movie, The Public, is going to be something. I'm not sure. It looks like it stars Gabrielle Union, Jenna Malone, Taylor Schilling, Jeffrey Wright, Christian Slater, Alec Baldwin.
Okay.
It's got some people in it. So it premiered at the Santa Barbara International Film Festival in January.
That's interesting.
Any final thoughts on Men at Work before we give you your drum roll?
Doesn't hold up.
Doesn't hold up. I would agree. I still think that there's some fun to be had, but I suspect that if it's not one that you saw as a child or one that you grew up with, that it's probably not going to work at all for you.
Yeah, I can't imagine someone watching this for the first time in 2018 and, not having seen it in their growing up. Oh God, it's probably awful.
Yeah, I mean, one thing that you don't really pick up on as a child, because when you're a kid, like, goofy comedy is fun. Like, stupid comedy is fun. But
yeah,
as an adult, you watch it now and you're just like, oh my God. Like, I didn't realize it was this goofy and corny. It was just like some of the stuff that they do. I wanted to, that actually reminds me, there's a scene near the beginning of the movie when I can't remember which character it is. It might be Charlie Sheen, but he wakes up and he goes and he pours coffee in a blender with ice cream and then dumps Jaeger in it along with some Tylenol. And I thought, man, that is a perfect Ryan cocktail right there. Jaeger, coffee, ice cream, and Tylenol.
Not anymore. That would give me a heart attack.
I mean, it doesn't sound horrible. The Jaeger, I don't know.
It's just that's the thing that throws me a bit. Like the Jaeger with ice cream and coffee. I don't know about that. Like if it was just like bourbon or something, I'd be like, oh, that probably wouldn't be bad.
The Jaeger, I'm not sure how that would.
That's a strong taste.
Yeah, exactly.
That doesn't really go with anything.
Yeah. Ugh. All right, Ryan, let's give you a drum roll. What do you give Men at Work?
I'm going to give it a 4 because it's a classic.
4 because it's a classic. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hold a special place in his heart.
Just because I liked it when I was still a kid.
Yeah, I mean, I'm right there with you. If I were to give it a score, I'd probably sit somewhere around that too. All right, let's talk about Global Garbage Man Day. On June 17th, during Global Garbage Man Day, the nation and the world takes time to recognize the dedicated efforts of the men and women who keep our communities clean. We describe the experts who collect the garbage, recyclables, and cast-offs from our homes and neighborhoods by several names, whether they are the sanitation specialists or waste management professionals. We appreciate their arrival on a regularly scheduled basis. How do we observe this? Thank your garbage men and women. Take part in your local recycling programs. Learn more about your community's sanitation needs and find out how the system works. Use hashtag GarbageManDay to share on social media. There is some history behind this one too. John D. Ardwood founded National Garbage Man Day in 2011 to honor the men and women working hard in the industry to keep communities safe and clean. Recognizing efforts around the world, the celebration became Global Garbage Man Day. What about garbage women, huh? Do they get a day?
I see what you're doing.
Making it, taking the PC route here.
Taking it to the next level, making it political.
Yep, that's what I'm doing.
It's a good point.
It would be funny if they renamed it to Garbage People Day.
It would be really interesting. We didn't know that there actually was Garbage Women's Day.
Yeah,
it was just like it was like 6 months from now.
That could be like they have their own day. I just like the idea of garbage.
You're just stirring the pot.
I like the idea of Garbage People Day because if you say garbage people, you immediately
it just sounds like it's a day for really awful.
Yeah, exactly.
I just also love that this is one of the rare days that's a global day.
It is, yeah.
It's international.
Mm-hmm. Looks like it started as national, but then they took it global.
Because it caught on. People loved it.
It was so popular.
Yep. It's just they expanded to more theaters.
I guess so. All right, Ryan, any final thoughts on Garbage Man Day or Men at Work?
No.
Okay. I think in that case, that'll do it for this week. Thank you so much for listening. You can send us your questions and topics to feedback at filmpulse.net. You can follow us on Twitter at filmpulsenet, at filmpulsekevin, and at mylegsdon'twork. If you have a minute, take a look at our Patreon page, patreon.com/filmpulse. Consider helping us out by becoming a subscriber. For Kevin Rakestraw and Ryan Holes, my name's Adam Patterson. We'll see you next week.
See you later.
Oh my God.
Are you
all right?
Yeah, man.